Well, good evening, everybody. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell here with the First Weather Center. Looking down at Arnold this evening, south of St. Louis, really far south of St. Louis, down into Washington County, down into Iron County, and we're talking southern Washington County. You had some hail earlier today with that one thunderstorm cell that just kind of meandered off to the southeast and ended up going down Highway 21 before it fell apart, before it really could get into far southern portions of Iron County. So we have a pretty quiet night tonight. And tomorrow is a hot day. It is a mostly sunny day. Look at this. We're talking low 90s for highs, but we wait until tomorrow evening for the storms. Now, with temperatures that warm and the fact that there's humidity, yes, there's going to be some instability for sure with these storms. We're going to see what the other ingredients are that go into this mix for later tomorrow night into Wednesday. These are our weather alert days that we are running with at this point. Now, just before we get any further, Monday, of course, is Memorial Day, and we'll be talking about rain chances right into the weekend and through at least Memorial Day, maybe Tuesday, but it's not a continuous washout. There probably will be one day of the weekend where the rainfall is a bit more substantial. So let's talk about the severe weather threat as we go into Tuesday and Tuesday night. So it's focused northwest of St. Louis, and you'll notice we have a level 4 already here, right across the Missouri, Iowa, Illinois border here. Northeast, far northeast Missouri, up towards the Quad Cities. Level 3 is not too far away from St. Louis to our north and west. Now, this will get revised and updated later on this evening. But right now, the metro St. Louis area is in a level 2 risk, with areas southeast of St. Louis in a level 1 risk. Our thinking at the moment is that the areas north and west of St. Louis have the better chance of thunderstorms and seeing those stronger winds with 60, maybe 70 mile per hour wind gusts, and some larger hail, perhaps up to golf balls, and a chance at least a few weak tornadoes. The better chances lie to the north and west of St. Louis, and so we'll get into why here more in just a moment. But kind of got to take a look at what's going on across the rest of the western half of the country to see what's coming our way, right? So we were warm today, but the clouds that were rolling through St. Louis during the midday hours actually kept us. That was off of thunderstorms from last night out in Kansas and western Missouri. That kept us from really getting warm enough and unstable enough to flare some big storms up. Otherwise, a lot of us would have been dealing with it, besides the one simple cell that was down there across parts of Washington and Iron counties. But notice out west, there's a lot of unsettled weather here over the Intermountain region. We are having a big jet stream take a dip here, and there's a few disturbances. There's one coming in that's working its way from the Pacific Northwest into the north central Rockies. You have another one that's coming in off the Pacific Ocean. So you're essentially combining areas of energy here with this jet stream as it takes its big dip and starts to move in over the plains. So this is why it becomes a big problem. Areas farther to the west, where that energy is interacting with the Gulf moisture flowing to the north. Here's the first batch of energy sliding through. That's for Tuesday evening, and then more as we head into Wednesday. So this pattern in general increases our chances for severe weather. Now, it's not a complete lock as we head into the next few days that there's going to be widespread severe weather, at least here in St. Louis. Now, going north and west of St. Louis, the chances are much higher for Tuesday evening. And then on Wednesday, as you go south and east of St. Louis, the chances seem to be a little bit higher. But it all depends on how the storms evolve each go-round. So tonight they're evolving well to our west. They're getting their act together out across parts of Nebraska. And eventually that's going to head our way, eastern Colorado. That kind of sets the stage for everything that comes after. So right now, we'll be in our storm alert here for Tuesday evening after 8 o'clock. And then probably until about midnight, maybe 2 o'clock in the morning. And the potential here from some of these stronger storms will be from some gusty winds, some large hail, and yes, there is a tornado risk. But it doesn't look like it's an overly large tornado risk for us. Now, as you go back north and west of St. Louis, this is what the radar may look like around 7 o'clock on Tuesday evening. Again, keeping in mind that the evolution of tonight's storms and what happens overnight tonight, early tomorrow morning, could impact what this looks like tomorrow evening. And then what happens with this as we take it from this point on Tuesday going into Wednesday, it all kind of has a rippling effect, just kind of ripples along, and we kind of get the aftermath after each round, and we'll see what happens. So ahead of a cold front, we're going to have a pretty good line of thunderstorms here on Tuesday during the evening hours, coming through mid-Missouri up into northeast Missouri. The better lift, the stronger winds aloft are farther northwest of St. Louis, which is why that area around Bowling Green and say down to Troy and over to Hardin, that's why you have a bit of a higher risk for severe weather there. That includes up towards Carrollton too, going up towards Root House. That line will be broken all the way down to the west of Rolla by 9:30, 10 o'clock, coming through the metro area between 10 and 11. Now what you notice, and this is just one computer model, but the trend is there amongst the models, it's not the favored prime time to get severe weather. Of course, we don't like it overnight because at 11:30 you want to go to bed, so do I. But, if there are storms, we need to be paying attention to what's going on and be ready to act. Right now, we don't think that the threat overnight is going to be as great as it could be because the bigger forcing for these storms is north and west of us. Now, having said that, we're still really warm and it's muggy, and so there still could be a few stronger thunderstorms, even until 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock south and east of St. Louis. But we think that first wave kind of slides by. And we think Wednesday morning we'll have a bit of a break. Here's where things get really complicated going into Wednesday. And trust me, this computer model will change its mind. It'll come up with a different solution with the next run. They all do. But looking at the overall trends, on Wednesday, there should be another batch of showers and thunderstorms trying to push in towards lunchtime. Now, the area south and east of St. Louis will have had a little more sunshine during the day, and really don't think that cold front's blasting through here. It kind of stalls out pretty close, waiting for more energy to come from the west. Then you have the potential, as we head towards 4, 5, 6 o'clock, going into Wednesday evening, for some stronger storms to develop as that energy comes in, as we're still warm and somewhat muggy. And again, the potential for some of these storms to be pretty intense, especially south and southeast of St. Louis. That's taking us into Wednesday afternoon, into Wednesday evening. And then, in theory, they're scooting over towards the Wabash River and out of the area by Wednesday night. One of the things we look for is how much juice is in the atmosphere, how much energy is available for these storms. And you can see on Wednesday afternoon, it's much higher down to the southeast of St. Louis. And that would help fuel those thunderstorms. Now, again, St. Louis is pretty close to being right on that line between not a whole lot of energy available for the storms and a whole bunch of energy being available for the storms. So the computer models, when they run, and this is just a computer model, when they run, that distance between St. Louis and Belleville really is not that far as the crow flies. In the computer, in the global sense, that's a tiny itty-bitty little distance. But when it comes down to where that line, is it going to be over St. Louis or is it going to be back in St. Charles? Even though those are short distances on a global scale, when it comes down to what's happening in our backyards, it makes a big difference. And, Wednesday, there's a lot that can go wrong and there's a lot that can and will change in the forecast between now and then. So we're going to keep the weather alert going here for Tuesday into Wednesday. It's mainly Tuesday night, too. The other thing, you probably figured this out Sunday afternoon. If you were outside doing anything, we had our first 90-plus degree day of the year, which was about right on target because it averages about May 20th. So that was about right on target. 92, where we're forecasting the high to end up on Tuesday afternoon. The record's 93, going to be awfully close. It will be dry through the day. It's in the evening hours when we'll have that chance for showers and thunderstorms. Wednesday into Thursday, again, I can't tell you that, as we go into the weekend, there won't be any severe weather out of those thunderstorms. It doesn't look like it's likely, but certainly this time of year with temperatures in the mid-80s for highs over the long holiday weekend and impulses still coming along and moving along in that upper level flow that's out of the southwest, that does traditionally lend itself to, at times, some storms that are stronger and potentially severe. So this weekend, don't cancel your plans. Heck no. It's a holiday weekend, and we've got graduation parties. There's a lot going on. But just know, and we'll try to fine-tune it as we get closer, that chance of thunderstorms is there. There's also the potential we get some downpours with that, and we could have that going into Wednesday night and Thursday too, if any of these storms set up over the same spots. So that's kind of why we wanted to get you updated. Really, the focus here for Tuesday night and into Wednesday with our weather alert. And then going towards the weekend, yes, it's going to be unsettled, but it's not continuous rain. But there's still the potential of a severe weather threat this weekend. We just don't know exactly where, exactly when, but there's that potential. So, you know, what are you going to do? You're going to be prepared. You're going to check back in. You keep you up to date with what's going on here over the next couple of days. You know, we'll be here tracking tomorrow night. We'll be here tracking on Wednesday. So the bottom line is we're going to keep you up to date on what's going on. You stay tuned. Have that 5 on Your Side app ready, your notifications turned on, and we'll get through this round of severe weather. Hopefully, you know, the timing of it from other storms makes it so this one's more palatable than some of the other weather events we've had so far this spring, because Lord knows it's been a spring.